Been looking forward to catching up with Barrie Rogers for quite some time. We have to do it via Zoom. He's in Adelaide at the moment. Barrie, welcome. There's a guy called Elon Musk who's revolutionised the car industry with the introduction of electric automobiles, and he's got a pretty special car that's really excited a great many people in a manner that very few imagined was going to happen. And he's changing the world of motoring. You're looking to do something very similar with the world of aviation. What is going on, Barrie?
It's the technological revolution. I think it's we're all pretty excited in this industry. I know it's taken some significant hits throughout COVID, but a lot of people around the planet are working on alternate propulsion systems for light aircraft or aircraft in general, urban air mobility, and so on. So I just wanted to be in the race, and I guess we're fortunate to have the only electric aircraft in the country at the moment. So I guess we're ahead of the race, but it's certainly moving very quickly.
Barrie Rogers, how does this Slovenian designed aircraft differ from conventional aircraft that we see flying our skies and also at almost every regional airport in Australia?
Obviously, the significant difference is it's 100% electric, so it's not a hybrid aircraft. It relies entirely on its battery for the propulsion system, and that of course is a first. Along with that, a whole host of other differences really come down to very little moving parts, so the maintenance is extremely economical. And look, we plug it into the grid at work in the hangar, and it's about $6 an hour to charge it up. So it's very economical and very fast.
Now, you're currently a parafield in South Australia. If you were to bunny hop to Victoria, how would you go about it?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, George. And the only really feasible way to do that at this point in time is to really have an escort vehicle on the ground with your charger and a generator, for argument's sake, and just have that vehicle meet you at your various destinations along the way. And bear in mind, the plane has a range of about 145 kilometres per hour before it needs to recharge. So, it'll take a few bunny hops to Melbourne, but we certainly intend to do that as soon as we can.
That's really exciting. But as a training aircraft, I could see this being used very successfully at Eagle Farm in Queensland, Moorabbin in Melbourne, as you say, Parafield, and throughout the country at Bankstown in Sydney. I can imagine this aircraft being well appreciated because, one, it's super quiet.
Every one of those airport managers I know personally, and every one of them is extremely excited about this emerging technology eventually placed at their airports. So, it's a pretty exciting time for this part of aviation. We're looking to try and just really get some acknowledgement around the industry and put bums on seats. Get some flight schools to really evaluate it properly for their own business models.
Now, how close are we to allowing the aircraft? Do you have enough aircraft to be able to distribute around the country or to take around the country and show these regional airports just what a beauty it can be and how substantially different it makes flying for so many people?
Absolutely. How close we are to realising that really is relative to the industry at the moment. A lot of our flight training schools have suffered quite critically throughout COVID, so they need to start bouncing back before we can put new technology in there. But I'd like to think that we've got, with my business model with the Slovenian manufacturer is for 265 aircraft over 7 years, brought into the Australian economy or the Australian market. So that's the target. We have one at the moment, and we certainly have got eyes on the ability to get some more as we progress. So the reality is we're probably about a year or so away from at least having a dozen aircraft around the country.
Well, we can't wait to see it in the flesh. The other thing I want to know is Elon Musk is now talking about getting his cars to go by themselves. We still need a pilot for the Pipistrel, don't we?
Yep. I certainly wouldn't advocate trying to make that remote yet, but I must say there is an autonomous version of this aircraft and a petrol version under experiment trials in Europe at the moment.
Well, Barrie, these are seriously exciting times, and how amazing that your career has again given you an opportunity to create something really innovative and to introduce a whole new way of doing what has been bothering a whole bunch of residents who lived on the periphery of just about every airport in Australia. They must be going, Barrie Rogers, we love you.
I've had a few interesting calls that say they've seen but not heard us lately, so I think that's a really good testament to what we're trying to achieve.
Well, that's super exciting. Barrie Rogers, thank you for giving us just a glimpse and an idea of what's to come. The next chapter in aviation is electric. Barrie Rogers has got a fantastic new aircraft, and they'll be making it in Australia too. Barrie, we wish you every success, and we look forward to seeing if we can get our rating up to fly the Pipistrel across the skies of Victoria.
George, I'll have you follow that trip every inch. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Barrie. All the best.
Take care.